steeplechase is a 3K race in which racers are forced to jump over 5 barriers per lap. 4 of them being flat standard barriers and 1 being a water barrier, which racers have to jump a barrier and clear the water pit.
When we look at steeplechasing using Newell's model, we can break the task down into 3 constraints. This includes a task environment plus athlete individual constraints. Some task constraints include the rules of the event. The athlete must go over the barrier rather than under or around. They must also stay in bounds and cannot accept help from another participant. Some environmental constraints of steeplechasing include factors such as height of the barrier, the number of competitors on the track, as well as the weather conditions during this event. Finally, the athlete's individual constraints can be broken down into 2 categories: structural and functional. Some structural constraints that can affect an individual's performance include height, leg length, flexibility, body compositions, and cardiovascular ability. Some functional constraints include the individual's motivation, memory, inspiration, and attention.
The beginner steeplechaser is Eder Pina. He is a prime example as a beginner because he has all the athletic and intellectual capabilities to perform the steeplechase, but just lacks the experience. With being new to the sport, he is not confident and stutter steps in his approach. Adding to that, he's leaning back on his heels rather than on his toes and overextends to mount the barrier with his lead leg. After mounting, he does not push off and would not be able to clear the water pit. When he lands double-legged, he slows his momentum down. He is using the product approach, which are gross motor movements that are inefficient and over-exaggerated. He is just thinking about getting over the barrier and not efficiently.
Being an intermediate steepler with over a solid year of experience, has less fear in his approach than Eder. With his experience, he can work on the fine-tuning of each move into the mount. He is flat-footed into the approach and is in the upright position. With such a large leap into the mount, his lead foot lands on the front face of the barrier, rolling onto the top. When pushing off of the barrier, it is a flat surface, which will affect the momentum and the ability to clear the water pit. The one-legged landing is good, but being in the upright position will slow his momentum when coming out of the water pit.
With over 4 years of steeple experience, Jacob Becerra has critiqued his ability to perform the water barrier the most efficient way possible. He has a confident approach with leaning forward into the barrier. His lead leg is out in front of him and slightly bent to keep his center of gravity low. His lead mounting foot lands on top and rolls to the back side of the barrier. He is able to push off to continue good momentum and has the least amount of time in the air. He would land far enough out of the water to not slow him down and be able to continue to the next barrier with confidence.
What year? Never?